No! We're here.
Go grab it.
We're here to try and do something. Get on this side of the camera, T.
Cut.
Don't cut it.
Cut.
Part 3, baby, let's go! That was aggressive. We're almost done with the car. We're just missing the rear bumper and the, what is happening? Don't. Whoa! I'm excited. It's part 3.
Part 3. If you guys haven't caught episode 1 or 2, goodbye.
Get out of here.
Sayonara.
Stop cheating.
Wouldn't want to be ya.
Don't be
watch
here.
those videos, then come back to
Links
part
in
3.
the description.
At this point in the series, you're not questioning to yourself, do they know what they're doing? But you're like, damn, they do know.
We do know
What they're doing. Today we're gonna be installing these side skirts and putting on the rear wing. That will actually be completing all the pieces we have because our rear bumper has not arrived yet. But no worries, we'll come to that next week. Let's get going.
Let's go.
Calvin already installed the passenger side because we wanted to make sure we knew how to do it. So we're gonna jump to the right side and act like I didn't just tell you that. The only pieces we have left from the actual wide body kit is the side skirt, some wing, some side skirt extensions, and the rear wing upper deck lid type thing. Let's get to the side skirt.
Oh, I got you. It's simple. Basically, you don't use most of the hardware before. You use these 3, and then 3 on the bottom, and 1 in the side. And she's in, rock solid. It's an easy install.
Yeah, these front side skirts are actually extremely easy. Probably the easiest piece of the whole entire kit to put in. We're gonna need a, whoa, okay. Want to go up? There's only one issue that we've noticed on this side skirt that isn't that big of an issue. It's just something that has to get dealt with.
Can you pull down on that? Ah, she's in.
All of our holes line up throughout the whole entire kit except for this piece right here. So you can kind of see where the body lines are supposed to match up. We need this to go in a little bit farther like this so we can get closer to the original well nut in the car, but we have a gap there. As Calvin said in the last video, fiberglass can sometimes be a pain to work with. When it gets cold, it shrinks. When it gets hot, it can be flexible and you can actually kind of move it around just a little bit. So we're gonna put in all the bolt provisions that we can and then address this piece. Maybe we heat it up right now, or maybe we'll just try to like bend it and put a piece of hardware in it. SOS is gonna do a lot of the body work on areas like that. So we don't wanna get too confident with it and crack something and make it worse. So we're gonna go ahead and throw all the hardware in first and then get back to that.
Are you done?
But of course we have the hardware bagged and tagged, as I saw some of you guys in the comments were like, yo, I work at such and such, and we call that bagging and tagging. Because we have our bag and tag bags, we're just gonna pull up the left-hand side skirt hardware, transfer it over, super easy.
As you can see, there's the Grand Canyon between this hole and that hole. What we're gonna do is we're gonna heat up the fiberglass so that we're able to mold it and flex it a little easier. Because if we do it cold, cracks will form like that one.
We don't want that crack there. We're gonna try to heat this up. Hopefully it helps us a little bit. Ow! It's hot. Yeah. I can smell the latex gloves burning.
That's my skin.
Ugh. Yeah, it might be a little... It's always tough looking at side skirts when a car is on the lift, but this thing looks really, really good. Oh. That side skirt really brings it together. Oh. And one thing that Calvin and I noticed off the bat is normally when you do side skirts, it makes them sit lower. But this side skirt isn't any lower than the stock. It's just wider on the outside, which I actually like because it gives me hope that this kit doesn't have to be slammed in order to have decent wheel fitment. But that looks fantastic. Obviously the gapping in the rear is going to be fixed just a little bit. We don't have hardware marrying the rear quarter panel to the side skirts. That's all stuff we'll do once it gets to the body shop, because they're going to make sure all the surfaces are smooth together before we mount it. But that looks killer. Super happy with how that looks. Something I've really been looking forward to is swapping over the rear deck lid and wing brackets. So what we're going to be doing is going to be putting in a new piece that goes right here. So what you would normally find there is this. This is what houses the third brake light, has the Lambo badge, and it also has some like little components underneath it, like an antenna and stuff like that. So what we're going to be doing, rather than cutting and drilling into OEM pieces, is 1016 gives you a replacement piece that is actually made of 100% carbon. It looks beautiful. We're going to be transferring over all the inside guts, and you'll also notice there's 2 slits that are already there, which means that is where all of this hardware, which I'll be taking out in just a second, is going to go. And something that I absolutely love, that I always talk about, is I love when companies provide really detailed instructions, and that they do. They even have the CAD designs. So we're going to build these brackets, install in this rear deck lid, and we'll see how it looks.
I can't wait for the daily vlogs to come out again with Evan Shanks, no Hobbs, but Calvin and friends. The cars sound I commend, cause the tuning delicious. Every time I hit the gas, it's vicious at LA Fitness. Okay, the BRZ boosted, 350 getting sideways. So in love with the cars like Valentine's Day. Hit the highway, drivers admire my paint until it catches the sun, fill 'em with blind rage. Let's race, haters, cause you can't catch up. Who's next up on top of the parking deck? We flexed up with Danny Calvi in to do with the Lexus. This song is for the bros, so come on and respect us. It's for the bros. TJ Hunt mode, let's hit the road. TJ Hunt.
It's the next day. We left off last night trying to figure out what was wrong with our wing, and we have made a few discoveries that I want to update you guys with. This wing mount is not correct. The wing is sitting a little too proud, a little too up. It needs to be angled down, obviously. These are not the right brackets for the wing, and they're going to be sending out new ones, but it gives us an idea of how wide it's going to be and how tall it's going to be, which is cool. But as you can kind of tell, it's like flaring up the wrong way. That, like I said, that is the wrong bracket, so that will be coming in probably in the next week or so. Super easy fix because it's no fitting or cutting or anything. It's just a different plate. And then also I was kind of mentioning the side skirt doesn't really fit too well. Well, I figured out the reason why. The stock side skirt actually fits just like this, and there's like a spacer clip and then a bolt that goes into the side right here. It's a little bit funky. I'm not sure why Lambo does it that way. What we're actually supposed to do is we're supposed to create a little spacer right here out of whatever we want to fill that gap. The fitment is actually where it's supposed to be, but I do want to note that on both sides there is this gap that we originally mistaken for fitment, and that's actually how it's supposed to be, so that's pretty cool. So the kit is pretty much fitted. I slapped some tape on it yesterday just to kind of hold the fenders in peace. It looks ugly, but at least it gives us a smooth line here, because any moment HRE is going to be coming by, and just like they do with all of our cars, they're bringing their 3D scanning tools and their computers, and what they're going to be doing is they're going to be 3D scanning the inner wheel well of the car in all 4 corners. And the reason why they're going to do that is because it is going to give us the accurate 100% guaranteed measurements of how aggressive of a wheel we can go, inboard and width, and all of the things you need to know they can do. So they're gonna get our stands. We'll be throwing wheels on the car, we'll be throwing wheels off the car. We're gonna need to do a whole bunch of different variations. And then at the very end, once we're done, Calvin and I are gonna put this thing on the ground and see how spaceship it really looks. Big shout out to HRE for coming to another house call. These scans are done. Our measurements are gonna be calculated. We can figure out how wide and how big of a wheel we can do. It's hard to see it right now when there's terrible fitment, the wing isn't correct, the gapping isn't 100%. We got a duct tape front bumper, we're missing aero. It's really hard to see the end product. It's pretty difficult, but that's the beauty of it, because I know some of you out there have the eye that I have, and beyond all the ugliness, you see the finished product. We're almost there. Now it's time for us to go drop this off at SOS, have them start the body work, and have them start on the paint work, which is still gonna be a surprise. I'm not gonna tell you guys. You're gonna have to wait and find out.
I don't know what you're talking about. She's beautiful.
She's pretty ugly.
That's for the bros, TJ Hunt mode. Let's hit the road, TJ Hunt mode. We making dough, TJ Hunt mode. Whipping Miley, Selena, nobody comes close. He say peace out, and then I keep moving forward. And once the hand hits the cam, thumbs up like supporters. Calvin and the Miata know he hitting them corners. I see him.